Hi and welcome back to my channel. My name is Delphine and today we are going to have a look at our Amazon purchases for our children, for when they were newborn to young babies, I would say 0 to 6 months around, until they start crawling, and then they say we'll do maybe another video about it because all the baby proofing things, it's complete different category. And we already purchased a lot of things for when they were young, so I think it would be much too long if I go through everything, so I'm gonna split in, let's say, live stages. And I'm gonna tell you how our experience has been with these articles, what we think about them, whether we recommend them or not, and then you can have a look. All the links will be in the description box below in case you're interested in some of these articles. And let's get started. So the first one that you can actually start using even before your child is born, while you're pregnant, is this pregnancy and breastfeeding pillow filled with sand-like original microbeads. Comes with outer cover and so on and so on. 4.7 stars out of more than 4,000 reviews. So it's definitely a great product. My midwife recommended these specific ones from this specific brand. They're amazing. They're just great. They're just perfect. The fact that they fill with these microbeads means you can really adjust very easily the shape as you want it. If some will leak through time, if you plan on using them for various children, you could refill it. We used it for 2 kids, 2 pregnancies, never had to refill the beads. So I mean, it's just an option, you can do it, but you might not have to. It's very good because at the end of the pregnancy, it helps you when you sleep to find a comfortable position. And then after, whether you're breastfeeding or bottle feeding, it can help, to support your arm and everything while you are feeding your baby. And it's just really great. Now that our kids are getting a bit older, I will slowly start selling some of the things which we will not need anymore. But this, I think my husband will never let me sell, because it's just extremely comfortable to sleep with, even when you're not pregnant. And it's currently laying on the sofa, and I know that sometimes my husband will, I don't know, take a nap on the sofa, and often I find him snuggled with this pillow, and I'm just, I have to laugh. It actually looks quite cute. So I'm not sure we're ever gonna get rid of it, so that's how good it is. Then another thing I can recommend, we chose to use the Philips Avent bottles for feeding the baby. They have different sizes. They're also very well combined. I mean, if you choose to completely bottle feed, they are great. If you choose to breastfeed and just put your milk sometimes inside, it's also great if you pump. And if you choose to have a mix of breastfeeding and giving the bottle, it's also great because they have this the end is made specifically to limit the confusion in the child, so that sometimes you have the problem with newborn that if you start giving them the bottle and you want to keep them giving also breastfeeding, then they will not be able to switch so easily between both. And these bottles are made so that it facilitates it for the kid to be able to use both and not get too confused. So it has 4.7 stars out of more than 1,000 reviews. It's really, they're really, really great. They come in a lot of different sizes, and yeah, can 100% recommend them. Use them for both of kids. They're great. Then we have this so cute little LED. It's this little dimmable LED night light for baby. Looks like a little chicken, and you just press on top once if you want to turn it off and on, and if you want to change the luminosities, the intensity, you just hold on it. And they are great because during the night, if you need to change a diaper or if you need to do a feed and you don't want to have to turn on too much light so that you don't fully wake your child up in the middle of the night, they are great because you can just leave them on the little dim light, and you're half asleep, you don't see so good, you can just like and that's it. So it's really great. We got a second one for a second child, so that each has one in his room, because even as they grow up, you might still need to go to see them during the night. You might still need sometimes to change them or do something, and you don't want to have all the big lights turned on. It's great, and it looks cute, so kind of cherry on the cake. You just load it, you don't have to let it plugged. That we also enjoy, so you can easily move it around, and once in a while you just have to plug it and load it, and it lasts quite a long time. It lasts at least a few weeks for us. Then what else do we wear? Ah yes, we have this swing rocker. I remember this. There will be a few purchases. It was our I will call it desperate time. Our son did not want to sleep. We were getting crazy, and so we bought this swing rocker that we still have. It's here in the corner. Our daughter used it now. It is great. We've been extremely happy with it. So it will automatically rock your child, and at the same time so you choose the intensity of the rocking, obviously. They have several levels, and you can also choose different sounds to play. You can either play some musics, or you can also play some natural sounds, including some white noise, but also birds or things like this. And it's really great. Our daughter now still do her naps inside. A little, when in the morning she's a bit tired in between, and we, at the moment, I don't know, maybe the weather is not so good that we can go for a walk outside. Then we just put her inside, and she really likes it. You can also adjust how they are laying. So we also, at the moment, because she cannot sit so much by herself, when we feed her this little puree, we also use it, and it's working great. So can definitely recommend it. Another thing we got, which is somehow infamously famous, it's a Rockit pressure swing, fits any pram or bucky. So it looks like this little rocket, and you can just attach it to the side of your pram, and then it will actually vibrate, and so it will move a bit your pram like this. So it will, how you are always with your baby trying to make them sleep doing these moves. The idea is to replace that. Now with our son, it did not really work that well for us. Our son, somehow, this was not enough for him. It was not working him enough that it would have any effect. So sadly, it did not really work for him. I know a lot of parents, I have moms, a friend of mine recommended it to me because it was a lifesaver for her and her child. Unfortunately, for our son, it did not work. So I think it kind of depends on your kid and everything. It definitely works, but if you have a kid where you need really strong motion, then it will not be sufficient, unfortunately. If they are enough with a light little move like this, then really have a look at it, because it will probably work. But also, I ended up being also one of these moms where when you're at the grocery and you're looking for what you want to buy in the aisle, and you're still doing this with your grocery cart, and after a while you're like, why am I doing that now with my groceries? Anyway, I think it happened to a lot of us. Another article we got was a heating lamp for the changing table for our son, and we use it also after for our daughter, because they're born, so both are born in spring, when the weather starts getting better, but it's still a bit cold. And when they are so young, they will freeze. My son would freeze on the table while we were trying to change him as fast as we could, but he would still freeze. So it was very useful. And in winter, winter can be quite cold here, and so it was also very, very useful. Now our son is older, so he does not need it anymore. But I would say we used it a lot when he was a newborn, and we kept using it, I think, through the first year of his life, because in winter it was really cold. So really good lamp, very easy. You just have a little cord that you pull, then you turn off, and it turns itself off automatically after a bit of time. So you cannot really forget it, and it will just burn for hours and hours. No risk. You still have to keep it out of the reach of the kid, right? Because it gets very hot. But that's it. Normally at the ages when we used it for son, at least he anyway could not reach there, or he could not turn and stand up by himself to go and reach there, so it was never really a problem. And you can adjust the height of it, and you can also adjust the angle, so you could always put it a bit more far, or a bit lower, or a bit higher, and keep it out of the reach, and also keep it so that the level of heat you will get on the changing mat is the one you want. So it was great. Another thing, again, a baby car mirror rear view. Perfect. We bought it before we had our first long trip, and we realized, how are we gonna keep an eye on our son, because we had so much luggage, so I could not sit in the back next to him. And so yeah, we bought this little mirror. It's perfect. It's the most simple thing of the universe. You just strap it to the back. You can adjust the angle, so you will see it, you will check, can I see him, her? Yes, perfect, let's go. And now we use it for our daughter, because they are rear facing, right? They're not facing to us, so otherwise with this whole protection thing, you just cannot see her. You cannot see her face. Is she sleeping? Is she awake? If she's a bit cryy, did she lose pacifier or not? Or does she have something over her face? Or whatever can happen, you know. So it was very nice to keep an eye on them. And I mean, it has 4.6 star and more than 23,000 reviews. So it's really great. I mean, it's simple and great. Then we have this blanket. We loved it, we love it, we still use it. It's just lying there next to me on the ground actually at the moment. It's called Baby Crawling Blanket. Extra soft padded, free from harmful substances, 100% organic cotton and so on. 1 meter 40 by 1 meter 40 and patchwork, and they exist in a lot of color, in a lot of options, and so on. There is also a slightly smaller size. We went for the big one. It's great. It's perfect. It's also, I find, looking nice, you know, quite neutral. It is not extremely padded. I mean, when our daughter started, when our son started crawling a bit around or trying to pull himself up and really falling in the back, it's not enough. Then we added something also that he does not bump his head too strong. But when they are small and they just raise themselves a bit and down and a bit and down, it's perfect for that. It's really perfect for that. And we combine this blanket with this little wooden arch, this wooden baby gym. Great. We also loved it. We took it also for our daughter. Extremely easy to mount, extremely simple. I find it looks nice. We liked also, you know, you have these baby gyms where everything is included in one, and we like to be able to have them separate. And yeah, because you could just take one or take the other, or you can change them if at some point you're not happy with it anymore. And this little wooden play gym, baby gym thing, our son, when he started pulling himself up and trying to walk around, sometimes he pulled himself up on it and then he used it to walk around, you know, like as a support. It was extremely cute. It was just like going across the flat like this, and it was very, very cute. Then what else do I have? Yeah, we have the Tommy TP Twist and Click bin for the diapers. It works good. I would not say it's 100% smell proof. I mean, you have to change them, right? I mean, obviously, I mean, to change them. I don't mean the kids, I mean the bean bags. You have to change them quite regularly. If you, for example, I don't know, will go out for a weekend and you will not change it before, and you will let all the stinky diapers inside, and it will stay, I don't know, 4 days, 5 days, it will stink. The bin itself also will get stinky somehow. But it's doing a very good job at preventing the smell from going around in the room, which is great. We used to have before a simple normal bin because, you know, we're new parents. Everybody told us, no, but the diapers are not so stinky. I don't know, maybe it's just our kids, but it is stinky. And so at the beginning we had just this normal bin, and then we'll go in the room and we will be like, oh no, oh my god. And no matter how much, unless we will keep all the windows open all the time, which we cannot do, especially through the winter, otherwise it will get smelly. And since we got these bins, we don't have this problem anymore. You have to buy these little refill things with the bin bags. I immediately ordered a pack of a lot of them so that we had some in advance. It was great. I think it lasted us more than a year. And now I just buy them. I mean, we find them in all the local shops, so I just go and I just buy them when we need some. But great, I mean, I recommend it. I know there are other brands. I've not tried the other brands. I've only tried the ones from Tommy TP, and we've been happy with them, so we did not feel the need to go for trying some other brands. Other things, baby swaddling sleeping bags. They are amazing. This one, we love them. Again, use them for our son, use them for our daughter when she was young. It's very, very, very easy to use because you have all these scratch systems. So you just pull up, then you will just pull it on top, then you will scratch them, and they are here, they are swaddled, they are comfortable. They cannot so easily free themselves out of it. So they will stay and it will be great. Of course, past a certain age, they will start getting free of them, but it's also past a certain time, then we transition to classic sleeping bags. But for at least the first 3 to 4 months, it's great and it's extremely, extremely helpful. Then, what else do we have? I have some little milk powder dispensers that we bought from the brand Nook. So this is a German brand. I don't know if it will be available in the US, otherwise I will look for similar ones. In principle, these are great if you have some formula and you're on the go, and then you can like pre-portion your formula inside these little things. We also use it sometimes for daycare. So when we drop our kids at the daycare at the beginning, when they will just drink 1 or 2 to be sure that they really put the right amount of powder and everything properly, then we pre-portionate it for them. But it's also very very useful when you are on the go and you don't want to have the whole thing, or you don't want to end up being, I don't know, in the middle of a park or with your little thing counting the little spoons. No, so it's very, very easy. It does not leak, very easy to use. We have also some we bought here in a local shop, a cheap brand, and it leaks a bit. The powder will put a bit powder everywhere. These ones don't, so yes, 100% happy with them. Then what did we get? Okay, now we had a few other things. Yes, this was great. So our son was not very thick, but he was extremely long, extremely tall, and so we had all these bodies and those little clothes for him that will get they will still fit in the width, but they will get too short in the length. And so I bought some body extensions. So it's little thing that you can just, you know, where you have the little buttons at the end, you will clip them here on both sides, and then you can extend it. And it was great. It was amazing, because if I would buy one size bigger, I had sometimes one size bigger, it will float in it. Of course, the length would be good, but it will float in it otherwise. And so this was really, really, really good. And they have different colors, different style, different options. I mean, 100% recommend this. It was very, very, very helpful. One other thing we bought is these ice cube trays, but like for really big ice cubes. But we're not making ice cubes in it. What we are making is, at the beginning, when we start giving a bit purees to the kid, I would just cook it, and I will not just do for one portion, you know, especially at the beginning, they eat maybe 4 or 5 spoons, and that's it. So I will make a few, I will make a bit more, and then I will put it inside, and I will freeze it. And then if one day I'm a bit in a rush and I don't have the time, I can just take it out, unfreeze it, and I have it for my kids. So it was great. We also use the little jars. We have no problem with that. But here at least we don't find all kind of taste, all kind of vegetables. Not everything is available in these little jars. And we try to offer as many different vegetables and fruits as possible. And so for the ones which are not available in the jars, or if I have a bit time to cook, then we like to do them homemade. And these little ice cube trays are great. Can 100% recommend them. What else did we get? Yeah, I think the other things, now I'm moving a bit, I think these are things which are a bit more for later, for baby proofing and so on. So that's about it for the first 6 months. I think it's already quite a lot. You obviously don't need all of it or even any of this. It's really up to you. But these are things we have tried and we have liked. And I love to live here. So I'm sitting in front of my window, and I have a big trees. I mean, I live in the city center, but it's very green for a city. And a squirrel just went along, and it's so cute. I love squirrels. They look so cute. And he's just hopping around, and with just little nuts. I think they're preparing for the winter. They have been extremely active. My son is loving them. When we walk to the daycare and he sees them running around, they're extremely, extremely active at the moment. And now he's climbing in a tree, and they are so cute. Anyway, sorry, this is the end of this video. I will put a link in another video in case you have not seen it yet. And if you've enjoyed this video and you would like to see more, you can subscribe to my channel by clicking here. And I will most certainly prepare another video for my Amazon purchase for then the stage after, when they start crawling in between and until they get to toddler stage, I guess. Bye guys.